The main way I'll be showing to make tiles involves Krita. You can download Krita from krita.org. Krita is free and open source software. Once you have Krita downloaded and installed, you'll want to make sure to download the template and open it. It'll look like this by default. Now I would recommend coming here, so where your mouse turns into the two arrows, clicking and dragging down, that way you can see all of the layers. And then you're going to want to make sure you select example. You don't want to show it, you want to click the name, that way it's highlighted. You're then going to want to grab your image using your file browser and drag and drop onto the canvas area. You should see this little pop-up menu, and then you'll want to select Insert as New Layer. The two main tools you'll be using to manipulate this layer are this one and this one. This one will allow you to resize it. I would recommend holding Shift when resizing, that way it's resized square, rather than allowing you to resize it all wonky. And then you can also rotate it should you need. This tool will allow you to move it around, and it will also show you what gets cut off on the tile, as you can see right here. This would allow you, for an image like this, you don't want to show what's below here because there's nothing here. So you can drag it down and you'll make sure that none of the empty part will be shown on the tile. Now from here you can just export it, and you'll want to make sure it's exported as a PNG. So for example, you could save this as tile.png. And the reason why it has to be a PNG is JPEG will not work. Just remember that. And then you hit save. Now these options you don't have to worry too much about. If you want to make sure this file is super small, it'll take longer the larger this number is. I, for the most part, keep it around 3 or 4, which is the default. And then you hit OK. Now to import the tile into Tabletop Simulator, you're going to need the example tile, or any other of the tile you have customized before. You're going to right-click it, select Customize, and then in the diffuse/image is where you would paste your image link. Now normally in the uRealms community we use Imager, or if you think you're going to have to change the image in the future, you can use a service like Dropbox that will allow you to upload the image again with the same link. You just have to make sure it has the same file name. Or if you'd rather not mess with either of those, you can browse local files, which is what I'll show. So you're going to have to navigate to where you saved it. That'll depend on where you saved it. And then you're going to select it, and then you hit the select button. Now you could technically click on local. You won't be able to use this tile ever in Tabletop Simulator multiplayer, so I would highly discourage that because you never know when you're going to play multiplayer. Maybe you make a new friend. And then you're going to click Cloud, is what I would recommend. And it will take a moment and it'll upload it to your Steam cloud. So now your account is limited to a certain amount of data, but honestly, you're probably not going to run out because the Steam cloud for each account is pretty big, depending on the amount of games I think you have. And then you click Import, and then now it will have changed it. Now you can right click it and set the color tint. Maybe you want to use a color tint that's never seen before in uRealms. Or, if you want to, I have provided a list of the standard colors. So for example, say you wanted to do the standard purple color, you can either copy and paste it, or you can just duplicate what you see right there. And then you want to make sure it's in here. So for example, purple is 9B669D, and so you want to make sure you have that in here. And then you hit apply, and then now, like the other purple tiles that you will find in the standard mod, this will look pretty similar. And that is how you create your own custom tiles. Enjoy!